Hey y'all, hey, welcome back to Kiki with Shishi. I got my baseball cap on today. If you don't know, I love caps. I'm a sucker for a good cap. Baseball cap, newsboy cap. I have a paperboy cap. Um, I just like a good, comfortable fitting hat. This one came from New York, one of my favorite places to visit, where my sister-in-law is and where I used to do a little bit of work. But I love a good cap. I know I probably shouldn't record in them, but it is what it is. The kids are back in school now, and I'm home. And for those of you that think that stay-at-home mommies don't work, yeah, we do. We do different work. We do work like scrubbing out the washing machine because it smells like uncleaned animals. And trying to figure out what's in the refrigerator, what's for dinner, should I cook, do we have enough for leftovers, doing laundry. I'm also trying to build my Poshmark business, so I'm doing research on brands and cost and trying to order things to get that taken care of, being able to send out packages and organize the things that I've brought in. So yes, we do work. Going to the store, picking up kids, just having a great time. But anyways, today I wanted to talk to you guys about the Kansas City Natural Hair Expo. As you may have seen, maybe not, I put up just a few video clips that I took while I was there. Of course, I would have liked to put them all in one video, but I have no idea how to do that right now, so you just gotta move forward tiny videos. Have fun. So, going to the Kansas City Hair Expo, my very first time was in 2012, I believe it was, and that was there. Sorry, it would have been 2011. That would have been their very second one. So, the 2011 one was mega super hype. They had big bags of samples when you came in. There was a natural hair YouTuber that was there. They had lots of vendors that were there that were selling homemade jewelry, body butters. There were stylists there that could twist your hair, cut your hair, big shop you. Barbers. There were people there selling t-shirts. There were people there selling wraps and different things that would appeal to natural hair individuals. There were just made things. There were people there that they had actual name brand product lines there. KC Naturals was there. Talia Waji there, Curls Unleashed, Miss Jessie. You could get natural hair things to use with your hair, like different combs, beads and things to put in your hair. They had different demos going on at the same time. They had a kids fashion show. They had the bolds and the beautiful ladies. They had an avant-garde fashion show. They had the men, locked, natural, all kinds of things going on. You could sit for a while and watch a demo. You could shop. They had the different classes. It was just dope, super hype. That was the first year I went. The second year I went, they moved it to the stadium, so it was a lot more spread out. You still got a lot of products. There's a little bit of confusion between the VIP bags and, the regular bags. But you still got a lot of samples. There are a lot of people there. And, like the brands that were there, they were handing out their own samples. I got t-shirts. I got jewelry. I got natural hair items. It was like the first year was so hype. I brought a carload of like 4 other people. So the second one, I was a little disappointed because it was in the stadium. On one side of the stadium, you had, in this big stadium conference room, you had one event, it might be like singing, and then you had to go all the way to the other side to go to a demo, then you had to go to the other side to go to the fashion show, and the other side to go, like, I got tired of all that walking back and forth and back and forth. But it was still kind of nice, you know, there was people that would do demos on people hair. They still had the opportunity of, you know, stylists there that could give you feedback on your hair, what to use, maybe style it for you. They had demos of doing hair, different styles, different shingling methods, how to moisturize your hair, what products that are good for your hair, the whole battle of co-washing and not co-washing. So it was still pretty good. They had supposed to be a gospel concert on the first night, so we all ran and had dinner. Best Mexican food in Kansas City. I can't remember their name, but their salsa was so dope. We were like trying to drink it out the bowls. But we went, had dinner, went back to the stadium, bare, blank, dark, shut down. We didn't know that they had moved the concert to the next day, which we drove 3 hours from Omaha to the Kansas City, so we weren't going to be there the next day in the evening. So that was a little disappointing. And then the schedule was all off, so we thought we were getting there early enough for one class, and that class had already happened. And then the class that we were there for was supposed to take place at a different time, so that was just confusing. But it still was pretty good. So that was the second year that we went. I got notes this time, so I wanted to make sure that I got everything. So the second year was good. So forgive me if I'm looking down at my notes. It was just really pretty good. This Natural Hair Expo, well, I should say, so I went to the one in 2011, I went to the one in 2012. I have not been back since this year. No, I think that's, anyways, I think I haven't been, it's been about 3 years since I've been back, so I would say my time dates are off, but anyways, it's been 3 years since I've been back. So I thought, my daughter's 17 this year, she's a natural diva. You probably saw her in the first video that I uploaded from the Natural Hair Expo, and you've seen her in other videos. So I was like building up, this is going to be a whole girls' weekend. We'll go, natural hair. My cousin and her daughter met us there. I showed her some videos. She was like, oh, that looks dope. We're going to have fun. It's going to be so hype. I bought us both VIP tickets. So the VIP tickets normally includes like some extra samples. It includes what this VIP ticket was supposed to include. A little luncheon, maybe not a t-shirt. Depends on, actually I bought the tickets after the t-shirts were sold out, so the t-shirts were extra bonus if they were in there. Okay, that's fine. It included VIP seating at the fashion shows. We'll talk about that. So we were really, really excited. So we got there, it was probably about 2-ish when we finally got there. And each VIP ticket was $25 each. So when we got there, they said their scanner was broke for the Eventbrite thing. Okay, that's fine. People have, you know, technical issues. I'm cool. They gave us the VIP bags. They were a cute little brown, just a regular brown bag, but it's kind of cute. It had a few samples in there. They did have a t-shirt in there, which is a surprise, a good surprise. They had a magazine in one, and then just the samples and some cards, like info cards about different products in the other. So, that was cool. I asked the lady, I go, oh, where do we go for the luncheon? And she kind of looked at me like, luncheon? oh, yeah, you go to the 15th floor. And I was like, okay, that was weird. So I'm going to say I'm not the kind of person, I hate to kind of complain without giving some suggestions. As I tell my kids all the time, if you got an issue, come to me with some kind of solution to solve it. Let's solve it. Don't just keep coming to me with issues. So all these things that I had issues with, trust I do have some suggestions as to how it can be better next time. Anyway, so we got our VIP bags. We went upstairs to the luncheon, which it took us a little while to find it. There was no sign on the door or anything. I actually ended up walking into the room where the models were, and nobody really even spoke to me or asked me what I was looking for or anything. That was a little disheartening. And then when we went into the luncheon, there wasn't really like a host in that room. It was just people kind of getting food and whatnot. So the lunch was a cold pasta with some sauce. It had some mixed vegetables in there, with water to drink, with the option for some lady to make some juice. But she never really said, hi, welcome, enjoy yourself. There wasn't really seating in there. It was just set up kind of like a hotel room with a few chairs, maybe like a little meeting room. Wasn't anybody really inviting us in. Welcome, we're glad you came. We hope you enjoyed the VIP experience. So we got the food. We ate. We were hungry. We drove 3 hours. And then we went back downstairs to where the expo was taking place. So there was confusion about the lunch, confusion about the check-in, the goodie bag, very few samples. The t-shirt was nice, but it wasn't our size, so we ended up giving both of ours to our cousin because she's skinny mini. But the other thing is when we got home and I started reading the magazine, it was an article about Columbus Short. And I was like, oh, cool, he's in a new show or something like that. Then I started reading the article, and I'll be doggone, that magazine was 4 years old. That was ridiculous. So anyways, excuse me, I have a runny nose for whatever reason. So they had about 25 to 30 vendors, which it was smaller than the previous ones that I've been to, but decent, I guess. They only had 1 or 2 vendors that had name brand products, which I will say one of those vendors was the Whisper Whip. I don't know what their product name was, but they had this big bottle of Whisper Whip with the shampoo and a conditioner and a hair mask that my daughter bought for $50. Great investment for her because her hair has been so moisturized. Also, they also had a vendor that was selling satin-lined hair bonnets, and that was a good investment for her. I think it was like $20 maybe, or might have been $15 or $20, I think. So those were 2 good vendors. They had a few t-shirt vendors. I bought 3 t-shirts, 2 from one vendor and 1 from another vendor. I thought it was cool that one of the vendors had little boy lines, like God's Plan and Black Boys Matter and things like that. They had a couple authors there, which I thought it was cool. One of them, I had her author sign a book for my son, so that was pretty cool. But the other vendors, one was cookies and food and whatnot, and the cupcakes were pretty good. And one was like natural hair bags and things like that, and 2 of them had hair wraps. But other than that, it was just, there were some jewelry ones there. There was one that made some natural body butters and things like that, but it wasn't like big blown out how it had been in the past. There weren't a lot of vendors there. The VIP seating, there were maybe 20 seats for the runway, and there was, people were just sitting down, and I'm not going to tell somebody, hey, you need to move out of a seat because I have a VIP band. They should have had that marked off, and they should have had way more seats than 20. That was just ridiculous. And then the fashion show, they had a fashion show of 2 different African prints, which was cool. They had a hosiery line fashion show, I think. The hosiery line. Very cute hosiery. It was really, really, really cute. It was, fishnet with sparkles and different colors and things like that. However, this was billed to be a family-friendly show. The DJ was playing music that had cuss words in it. And some of the vendors were children. And people had brought their children because we want to teach our kids how to do their natural hair, what's good to use, and to see so many other people that have natural hair like them, so they know that natural hair is not bad, it's not a stigma, it's not ugly, it's not nappy, things like that. So I wasn't cool with the DJ playing music with cuss words, and my 6-year-old cousin was there, 7-year-old cousin, so I didn't quite like that. And the fashion show hosiery, there was some inappropriate outfits there and some poses. One lady had a cat suit on. It was a thong cat suit. And she's, just the way she was posing. And I just wasn't even interested in looking. I didn't want to be rude and get up and walk out because I finally found one seat close to the runway, and there's people crowded behind me standing, but there were people that did actually leave, people that, had their kids come back from the stage and sit, some of the vendors. It was just, I didn't quite like that, so that didn't sit well with me. So, now for the suggestions, because like I said, I'm not a person that makes, and the phone would ring. I'm not a person that would make, I'm not going to answer that. That's the house phone. Nobody ever answers that. But I'm not a person that would make complaints without suggestions. So my first suggestion was, in the VIP bag, have samples, lots of samples. There's lots of people that would give samples for that. Curls Unleashed. There's Shea Moisture. There's Talia Waji, Miss Jessie's. There's Uncle Funky's, lots of different samples. So I think for $25, we deserve a few more samples. Move the bags into the luncheon, with the name on it. Have a little card that says, this is what your VIP ticket includes. It includes the luncheon. It includes the VIP seating. It includes, extra samples. It includes, whatever it would include. For the luncheon, have places for people to sit. It was kind of uncomfortable to try and find a place to sit or stand and eat, or people were huddled around a bar. I just thought that was a little, it didn't sit well. For the lunch, I would have been okay with a nice bagged lunch, maybe a sandwich, maybe, some chips, a piece of fruit, a bottle of water to drink, or a Hostess cupcake or something, but maybe something that, if it's supposed to be cold, then it is cold. If it's supposed to be warm, I really would prefer that it's warm. Have somebody that actually is inviting, welcome to the Kansas City Natural Hair Fair. Do you have a VIP band? Great. Here's your bag. Here's your bagged lunch. We have plenty of seating. Enjoy yourself. We'll be here for the next hour or two, so take your time, whatever. That would have been, awesome. Bring back the big brands. When we go into there, I was looking to see maybe some YouTube personality or some personality that talks about natural hair. The stylist, it would have been cool if my daughter could have gotten her hair styled outside of locks. We don't want to lock her hair, but it would have been cool if somebody could have shingled her hair, or somebody would have taught her, how to trim her hair or whatever. That would have been so cool for her to experience on her own. I tell her, but for her to experience it at 17 would have been awesome. The Miss Jessie's brand, we miss them. We miss Aunt Jackie. We miss the Curls Unleashed. Talia Waji had been there for 2 years. Other YouTubers, I know KC Naturals, Brown Baby Doll, I believe it is. She would have been great. Somebody, that's big on YouTube that we could take pictures with and that we can talk about and that we can, reference things, or, hey, when you do your twist outs, what's, 2 tips that you could give us. That would have been a lot of fun. Again, make it hype. It was kind of just like, we walk here, we've seen all the vendors, and we really don't have much to do. So we're just going to sit and look at the runway. And one lady that was behind us, when somebody got up to talk on the stage, and he was like, how y'all doing, guy? And the lady behind us was like, we're bored. And I was like, yes, we are bored, but, have things going on. There was one lock demo that I saw, and then there was one, the locked and loaded men. They walked the runway, the 3 of them, and then the stylist talked about how she did their hair. And then that was it for a minute. And then there was the singer. The singer was awesome. We actually encouraged her to stay up there and do more than one song, because we were like, we're bored. We want something else. Bring back the kids, natural kids fashion show, low-cut women models, avant-garde, something to kind of keep it flowing at all times. And, there was one singer that I saw, a spoken word artist would have been great. Just something kind of going every few minutes so that people could take turns, looking through the vendors and then maybe sitting to see whatever's going on the stage. That would have been awesome. So those are pretty much my notes. I'm not going to completely give up on the Kansas City Hair Expo. I just probably, since this was their 8th year, 7th year, I'm sorry. So since this was their 7th year, I am thinking that I'll probably go back at their 10th anniversary. Maybe it'll be something different. But for right now, I think that I'll probably just save my money and wait. So it was fun to hang out with my daughter. We did do some other things. We went to Legends Mall because she wanted to do some school shopping. And we went to IKEA because I've never been. IKEA will be a whole different video. So that was fun. And it was fun to spend some time with my cousin again, since she's only 2 hours away. But as far as the Kansas City Hair Expo, this year I probably would have given it maybe a 2.5 out of 5 stars. So I'm hoping that when I go back for their 10th anniversary, that I can give it 6 out of 5 stars. Yes, I want it to be that good. And if I had the opportunity to be on the planning committee so far away, I would. But I think that she really prefers for people to be there. She wants to meet with them in person. And I know this, I think, because I tried to be in their runway shows as a natural hair model. And she said that there was some mandatory rehearsals that people had to take part in order to be a part of that runway show. And so since I live 3 hours away, I was going to end having to do chemo and having cancer. I decided to skip that show this time. But anyways, that's my review on the Kansas City Natural Hair Expo. If you like talking about natural hair or crafting or clothes or shopping or chemo, cancer, if you just like chatting, go ahead and hit that subscription button and hit the bell so you can know when I upload a new video. Also, if you found this video helpful, or if you want to show somebody, look here, girl, look, share it with a friend. Also, if you've gone to natural hair fairs or just different expos and you had way more expectations than what you got, or if you really had a great time, or you have some suggestions for a great natural hair expo, leave a comment down below. I love to talk to you. And with that, I'll say I'll see you next time on Kiki with Shishi. Have a great day.